Away from the city and the suburbs, Southern California's rich farmlands, as you can easily understand, are also really suffering from these tremendous rains. Possibly the hardest hit are the fields right around Oxnard, where Henry Alfaro filed this report for us.
Thousands of acres of rich farming soil are underwater in Ventura County. The storm hit at a critical period. It's harvest season for celery, spinach, broccoli, cabbage, and lettuce. The destruction of crops was caused by a rain-swollen Quiegas Creek. Runoff from the mountains turned the creek into a raging torrent. It burst through an earthen levee, sending muddy water and debris across miles of agricultural fields. It also caused the inundation of Point Mugu Naval Base. For Tom Viovich, the storm was a disaster. 800 acres of spinach, celery, cabbage, and broccoli was destroyed.
We don't know the extent of the damage till the water completely subsides, as far as how much silt it's deposited, trash, and what other type of lines that it has ruined, but we're going to have our work cut out for us, yes.
When the rains stop, it will be at least 3 months before growers can determine the extent of damage to the soil. The crop losses, however, will be staggering. For Viovich alone, his loss is estimated at close to $1 million. I'm Henry Alfaro reporting for Channel 7 Eyewitness News in Ventura County.
The city of Burbank last night enacted an ordinance requiring supermarkets to continue item pricing. The city of Riverside also passed a similar law recently, joining the city and county of Los Angeles in requiring prices to be marked on nearly every product stocked on a market shelf. However, a total of 16 markets in Los Angeles City and County will be allowed to test price removal. But it now appears that the market chain, which was leading the fight for removal, has had a change of heart. 7 on Your Side reporter Russ Nichols, who's been on top of this story from the beginning, has details on that for us right now. Russ.
Right, Jerry. During tonight's 7 on Your Side segment, you may want to have a piece of paper and a pencil handy. Tell you why later. The supermarket industry has been fighting hard to kill item pricing laws in California. They were successful in Sacramento last month, but since we've been reporting on the issue locally, they haven't had such good luck. When all this began, the supermarket industry was telling us they wanted item pricing killed, so they would have an open-ended period of time to test price removal. They got a year and 15 stores for their test in Los Angeles. They got 1 store in LA County. Otherwise, they got laws against price removal everywhere you look. And other Southern California cities and counties are moving in the same direction. Meanwhile, we've heard from 2,033 letter writers and petition signers who want to see prices marked on food items in supermarkets equipped with automatic checkout scanners, while only 68 people wrote us supporting the supermarket industry position. Now, Ralph's, an industry leader in this fight, has written its own letter to its employees. The letter seems to back off Ralph's previous militant stand for price removal. It says, quote, "Until Ralph's is totally satisfied with the integrity of the pricing system, including accurate shelf pricing and accurate scan pricing at the check stand, no item price removal will be attempted." The letter goes on to say that Ralph's will test price removal in selected stores once they are convinced the computers won't make mistakes. Well, not long ago, we went out and bought $100 worth of groceries, and the computers made 5 mistakes. None of them were at Ralph's. But of course, we'll be doing another test soon. The letter goes on to say, quote, "If our customers will not accept shopping in a supermarket without individual item pricing, the prices will remain on the products." The writer of this letter, Ralph's chairman Byron Allenbaugh, wants to know what you think of item price removal in the supermarket. Says so in his letter. And you can tell him tomorrow morning by calling Ralph's corporate office at 637-1101. Now you can put that paper and pencil to work. 637-1101. As a citizen consumer in this democratic society, you can let Ralph's know how you feel about the issue, whatever your opinion, by calling and letting them know. Chris?
Interesting. Okay. You're going to tell us, or you think you'll be able to find out what the response is to that tomorrow?
Well,
it might be difficult,
I don't know what the response will be, but I certainly think that Ralph's wants to know what the people think, and I think that if people call them tomorrow at that number, they'll be able to tell them and be able to find out what the folks think.
Okay. Thank you. Next up, Wayne Satz takes an in-depth look at the man who's been called California's shadow governor. Interesting report. Stay with us for that. Wayne will be here in a moment.
All the money in the world.